What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video. We have some Tuesday news, and that Tuesday news revolves around the Buffalo Bills playing on Monday night and kicking the 49ers up the ass. Can you believe that we were underdogs in that game? Like, if you're sitting here, a Buffalo fan watching this, and you didn't know that, you're probably shell-shocked right now. When I found out that we were underdogs going into this game, I was beyond shocked. I was shell-shocked. I literally sat back, I was like, I just don't understand the thought process. Who in their right minds decided in Vegas that we were going to be underdogs? Who in their right mind? Everybody outside of Buffalo, 85% of people outside of Buffalo were saying that we were underdogs. I don't understand it. We are one Hail Mary away from a 5-game win streak, and you're going to tell us we're going to be underdogs against a backup quarterback and a defense that's beat the hell up? Are you serious? We've been beating up on defenses all fucking year, and you're going to tell us we're the underdogs in this game against the 5-6 49ers with a backup quarterback and no defense? Are you serious right now? Well, let me tell you, the world fucked up, and they learned it really fast because Josh Allen threw for 4 touchdowns, 375 yards, and 4 of those touchdowns went to 4 different guys. So, I mean, it was literally a cakewalk for Josh Allen. Josh Allen literally walked into the Arizona Cardinals Stadium where the whole Hail Mary bullshit happened. Of course, we had to hear all about that, and he fucking lit the shit up, and he showed the world once again that he's the real deal. The Bills are the real deal, and everybody needs to shut the fuck up because I still cannot believe that people do not believe in the Bills yet. I don't understand what it's going to take at this point. This team is, the 49ers were 5-6, a beat up roster. They have a backup quarterback. Nothing on the defense whatsoever. Yeah, they got Richard Sherman back, but how much does he really do? It's not like he's a travel with the number 1 receiver kind of corner. I mean, he's a cover 3 corner. He sits in his zone and then prays the ball gets thrown to him. I mean, that's literally what Richard Sherman does. It's not like he boosts your defense by 45,000 kilometers. I don't understand who in their right mind decided that the Bills, the 8-3 Bills, are going to be underdogs against the 5-6 backup quarterback 49ers. Somebody needs to get fired. This is where the normie mindset comes in when you're looking at a game like this. So you look at the stats, right? Like, you look at it from an outside standpoint. You're not a Bills fan. You don't watch the Bills week in and week out. This is a normie standpoint. You look at the game, and you're thinking 49ers, run game. That's their offense. That's how they play offense. They pound the rock. You look at the Bills, you look at their stats on defense, they cannot stop the run. But if you had any kind of knowledge when it comes to football whatsoever, if you've been paying attention to the Bills to any capacity, you would know that the only game we really couldn't stop the run was the Chiefs game, and that was on purpose. Other than that, that game has inflated our defensive running game stats horribly. It makes it look horrible. But if you know anything, you know the Bills' run defense actually hasn't been all that bad all year. We've actually stiffened up as of late on defense in general. Our defense is actually climbing the ranks as one of the better defenses in the league as of the last 3 or 4 games. So if you know anything about football, if you've been paying attention to the Bills at all, you would know that the 49ers realistically had 0 chance in this football game. If the Bills were not to have won this game, I would have been extremely mad and extremely disappointed because this is a game based on how we've been playing that we should win 10 times out of 10. There was no excuse for losing this game, and we went out there and we took care of business, somehow being the underdog. So Josh Allen, I mean, 32 for 40, 375 yards, and 4 touchdowns to 4 different guys. We had 6 guys with multiple receptions in this game. I mean, Cole Beasley, 9 for 130 and a touchdown. Diggs, 10 for 92. Gabe Davis, 3 for 68, a touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 2 for 31 and a touchdown. And even fucking Dawson Knox was getting the ball in his hands. He was actually catching the ball, 4 for 27 and a touchdown. I mean, we went crazy. We went fucking crazy. I mean, Brian Dable was chalking up some plays that were just so brilliant. I can't even explain to you how brilliant our play calling was this game. There were a couple play calls where I was still a little mad. I was still kind of confused as to why we scratched Tyler Kroft for Lee Smith, and because they were going to try and establish a run game. I don't understand why we even bothered trying to establish a run game. We are closer to the Chiefs than we are a team like the 49ers at this point. We are an air raid, just throw all over, slice and dice you through the air kind of team at this point. We don't need a run game. We really don't. If we need to gain 3 or 4 yards on the ground to get a first down on second down or something, we'll do it. But in most cases, we're going to throw the ball. We're going to slice and dice you through the air. And we need to accept that identity. And Brian Dable, I think he's beginning to get there. He definitely learned it in this game. He kind of gave up on the run early on. But in this case, we really kind of would like Tyler Kroft on the field more than Lee Smith in a lot of these scenarios. But anyway, that really didn't come back to hurt us. The only time I was a little confused is when we went for it. I love the aggression, by the way. We went for multiple 4th downs, especially down deep in their end. We went for in the very first drive, we went for the 4th and goal. And we ran for we did the play action on the goal line. In my opinion, that's a sneak play. Nevertheless, that play relies on the sell job that Josh Allen does at the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't able to do it. And then we were left with Lee Smith, a tackle, and I think Dawson Knox to catch a pass. And it's like, that's really a play that you kind of need to run against the defense that's a little worse than the 49ers, just for the simple fact that they're not going to bite on a sell job on a play action play, such as the one we ran. But other than that, I mean, that was really the only play call. I was a little like, you know what I mean? That does not take away to what Brian Dable did in this game. He had so many plays drawn up that were perfect for every scenario he ran them in. I mean, Isaiah McKenzie was butt naked on a touchdown. If that doesn't tell you how well the play calling was that game and how well the execution was by Josh Allen in the backfield, then I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, of course, we had to fight against the refs at a couple points. I mean, the very first drive of the game for the 49ers, we have them at 3rd and 10 on their own goal line, and Levi Wallace plays perfect defense, and it's a PI call 40 yards down the field. It's like, that's just when we knew we were going to have to play against the refs. So on that same drive, they went all the way down the field, and we stuffed them on the goal line, and then unfortunately, Zach Moss came through and, you know, fumbled the ball in a scenario you really can't fumble, and then they got their first 7. But other than that, that was really the only miscue on offense was that fumble. We saw a lot of big plays from a lot of different guys. I mean, Vernon Butler came through, and he absolutely smacked, I think it was Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert, one of the running backs, on the goal line when they got on the goal line later in the game. He absolutely came through, block shedded the fucking guard, and just smacked the running back in the backfield. Daryl Johnson came through and made a tackle 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage for a tackle for loss. I think it was like a 9-yard loss. Trey White came up with a huge pick on the goal line again. Trey Edmonds was all over the place. He was sideline to sideline. Micah Hyde had a pick. We were all over the place on both sides of the ball. Corey Bojorquez punted the ball once. It went 70 fucking yards. He had one job, and he blew that job out of the water. He literally took that job and said this shit's easy. He fucking snapped his fingers. He flipped the whole field. He flipped the entire field. Corey Bojorquez went crazy, and the one time he was on the field, he went crazy. We've gotten to the point where even Dwight Schrute likes Josh Allen. Like, this is where we're getting that much attention from the media now. We're getting that much attention from the national stage, and this is what we've been waiting for. It's only a matter of time before people realize that they're fucking dumb for not believing in this football team. Josh Allen is a nuclear weapon when he's on, all right? There's some points where, you know what, he might be a little shaky, but when he's on point like he was last night, I'd say he's just as good as Mahomes. I mean, you really can't deny that. You really can't. I mean, Mahomes has Tyreek Hill, which makes his life so much easier. So much easier. I mean, Josh Allen, I'm not taking credit away from Diggs or John Brown or anything, but if Josh Allen had Tyreek Hill, he would be blowing the tops off defenses the same way Mahomes does. But Mahomes also has the best safety blanket in football in Travis Kelce. So I'm not taking away from Mahomes, and I'm not taking away from what we have over here in Buffalo. But, I mean, what Josh Allen does with, in my opinion, a slightly worse offensive personnel, I'd say he's just up there with Pat Mahomes. I mean, you really can't deny that. I don't think Pat Mahomes would be nearly as good as he is if he didn't have Tyreek Hill. I know that's easy to say, but it's easy when you have somebody that can blow the top off a defense instantly. It makes it so much easier to pass the ball. And we have that in John Brown, but we didn't even have him last night, and we still were fucking popping off through the air. So it didn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Josh Allen is a nuclear fucking weapon, and Robert Saleh had no answers for it. And the 49ers they just had no chance in this game, man. They really didn't. 34-24 win. They really did not come close. I mean, they had a 7-0 lead in the beginning of the game. And that was as close as they got to winning. I mean, if they stopped the count right there, we would have lost the game. Other than that, they really had absolutely no chance. I mean, Tyler Bass, we've even gotten to the point where Tyler Bass looks like a veteran kicker. He just drills shit without even thinking about it. We are at peak confidence level right now, and we are a scary football team. And next week, I'm excited. We actually just came out as underdogs against the Steelers, of course, even though they just lost to the Washington football team. Once I've been waiting for a loss, I'm actually a little disappointed that they lost to the fucking Washington football team. Not because I wanted them to, you know, be undefeated, but just for the simple fact that now when the Bills do beat them next week, they're going to say, oh, the Steelers weren't as good as everybody thought they were, and that's why the Bills beat them. And there's going to be more excuses as to why the Bills won. But nevertheless, we're going to beat their ass, regardless if we're underdogs or not. I can't believe we're still underdogs in football games. That blows my mind. But we're going to beat their ass. We're going to finish off the season extremely strong. And we're going to go into the playoffs, you know, being dangerous. We're going to go into the playoffs with a lot of momentum. We're going to go into the playoffs as a fucking threat. We're no longer going to be the wild card, the underdog. We're going to be the threat. We're going to be the danger.
I am the danger.
So let me know what you thought of the Bills' performance. Let me know what you think of the Bills going into the future. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments about the guys that we have on our team, what you think we should do differently. Maybe if you don't like something that we were doing in this game. Nevertheless, I don't know how you couldn't like anything we were doing. Everything was working. How could you not like it? Nevertheless, I want to know your opinions. Leave them down below. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see y'all later in the next one. Peace.